All right, welcome to Through the Roof, a consumer-focused podcast talking about all things in the residential metal roofing industry. My name is Mason Burchett. I've been in the metal roofing industry now for about 10 years. I'm here with my co-host, Adam Clark. Adam?
Yeah, hey Mason. And as Mason said, I'm Adam Clark. I've been in the metal roofing and formed metal industry for almost 15 years. And there are a couple of things about metal roofing that ring true, but none of those things matter if they don't start with great customer service.
Yeah, that's right. True customer service is something that everybody wants, and it's something, quite honestly, that's hard to find. We're in an industry, even in the broader building materials industry, that's known as a bit of an old guard, and especially here in the South. And there's a lot of just good old boy clubs, and we love those guys.
Yeah.
But we really see the future of metal roofing as integrating technology and other customer service tools to bring a really unique experience to consumers directly.
Yeah, and we hope that we can create confidence for homeowners and the consumers, the end user of our products, through being able to instill industry expertise, to be able to provide industry-leading lead time and industry-leading technology, and even some of the good old boys, we know that their practices are probably not going to change a whole lot. There are systems and processes that have worked for them for a long time, but the world is changing around that group of people. And in an effort to help cut down on the changes they need to make, we're incorporating some changes so there's better communication between the contractor and the homeowner and the supplier. And everybody in this chain is going to be able to benefit from this true service that we really believe that we can bring to the market.
Yeah, and when you talk about service, there's a couple of different points that we can talk about here. And one of those is the technology things that you do integrate, and we'll get to some of that. But another one of the things that sometimes gets overlooked because of all of the emerging technologies and processes and so on and so forth is just good old-fashioned service with a smile.
No doubt.
And I was listening to one of the guys on the executive staff of Chick-fil-A, of course, talking about, what really makes their customer service experience different. And he said, there's no secret sauce, pun intended. We just are committed to service with a smile.
Yep.
And you think, well, that sounds silly and that sounds cliche. But I've really been intentional, especially here lately, of when I'm shopping places or going into businesses to really see how I'm treated or how I'm connected with on those initial contact points. And it's honestly staggering how much of a gap there is just in the general marketplace between consumers and just service with a smile.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I was thinking in my head, it's very obvious when a company does things really, really well, and it's very obvious when a company does things very, very poorly. And there's really not a lot of middle ground,
Right?
I think people are either driven to serve and serve with a degree of excellence, or they're not. Mm-hmm. There's not this middle ground where some people are like, well, today I'm going to do a good job, but tomorrow if I'm not feeling like it, I probably won't. Those are people who don't care about service, and they're just not even going to make the effort to do it right that first day.
I think the problem here is the reason that it's so easy to identify those places with good service, and it almost makes you think, wow, what are they doing? It's not that they have some sort of secret recipe to excellent customer service. It's that the bar is so low and people are used to being treated poorly and receiving bad service that they are equating bad service with that's what's normal. And so when they walk into an environment where you're greeted warmly, you actually are met by people who are passionate about serving you, and it's not just an act, it's actual people that have that passion. It's really like, wow, this is unique, this is different, when honestly that should be the status quo. That should be where the bar is.
And our goal is to create an elevating environment where everybody around us, all of our competitors, all of the people in the building material world, and hopefully beyond, can look to this example that's being set at True Metal Supply and say, okay, well, those guys treated me really well, or those guys are winning customers by treating them really well. How do we how do we mimic that? How do we copy that? And that's really our passion, is to increase or raise the bar that's been set low for a long time. And we really feel like that's done and can be done successfully in a number of different ways.
Yeah, yeah. And number one that I can think of is, as a consumer, when you say, what should I expect when I walk into True Metal Supply? This is what I would tell you to expect is, number one, you're going to be greeted instantly by somebody that's genuinely excited that you're there.
Yeah.
Right. And my hope is that it's never portrayed that someone is an inconvenience. Like, we legitimately, we started this business because we love serving people. And we are genuinely excited when somebody walks through the door, because we love people and we want to serve people, and we love the opportunity to get to do that. And so that should be your expectation. When you walk in the door, you're going to be immediately greeted by someone who's genuinely glad that you're there.
And that cascades to every other form of communication. A lot of telephone calls, we live in the world of call centers, and we live in the world where nobody actually knows the answer, and they've got to go find a manager to give them the answer. And, that's a bummer. And that just is not the way that companies should operate. And we're really, we want to interact with people face to face as much as we can. We think that's a great way for us to help people and to create confidence in the purchasing experience. But we also know that's not always the most convenient method. So the way we answer the phone, our commitment to actually answer the phone, our response time to emails. We have, even just this morning, we were talking about every platform that we have to communicate with people, because we realize that we're in a world that leverages technology, and it's not always a phone call or an email. So Mason, talk a little bit about the way that we interact with customers and the ease of communication through various platforms that we're really trying to focus on.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people, especially in the millennials and the Gen Zs out there, which are the next generation of metal roof purchasers. A lot of them are like me, and I usually think, how can I get through like when I'm buying something, how can I get through this process without talking to somebody?
Yeah.
Can I get through this? I order my fast food on the app and, and pick it up, so that way I don't have to do a whole drive-through thing, that whole thing. And so we want to make it easy for people that love to come down, sit down, and have a conversation. We also want to make it easy for people that want to have a little less touch, want a touchless, kind of experience. And so we're, really excited to be able to offer communication on pretty much any platform that somebody would be really communicating on these days. TikTok.
All
I mean,
right.
of course we're on the TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, but honestly, if somebody wants to message us on TikTok, we'll have a conversation with them about residential metal roofing on TikTok. We'll do that on Instagram. We'll do it on, of course, the traditional platforms like Facebook and LinkedIn. We'll do it through the web chat on our website. You can chat us directly on the website. You can text our business number, and it's not a chat bot. There's a real person on the other side of the phone that will text you back and help you with your problem, help you decide what kind of metal roof you want, help you get an order started. This is the way that people communicate. I mean, I don't call you every time I need something. I text you, right?
We rarely talk on the phone.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the way people communicate. And if they have a quick question about their metal roof and they don't want to engage in a 20-minute phone conversation, they can shoot us a text and we'll just text them right back.
Yeah, another platform that we don't talk about maybe as often as we should is just our website. In terms of communication and good service, having a functioning website and having good information, relevant information, is so important. And, we've developed a website where people can just, if they have a question, probably 9 times out of 10, they can find it right on the website. Mm-hmm. Again, we're not trying to deter people from interacting with us. We love that, and we would actually prefer to interact with somebody in face to face or over the phone. But we also think that it's a service aspect to create working technology where people are able to get what they need independently, and hopefully that creates a sense of confidence and trust that they're able to come in and maybe get some of the fine brushstrokes with us and our team.
Yeah, the reason we started this podcast is because we love to serve people, and we have a genuine interest, in educating consumers and giving them power to educate themselves. Not everything on the website's a click funnel. Some things are there just so you can learn,
How dare you?
I know. He's like, we're going to have a private conversation about this. But some things really are there just so you can be informed and learn about something like, oh, that's great, And hopefully you see that we're passionate about serving you, and that, prods you to do business with us. But if it informs you and you get to make a better decision that works for you, then that's great. And we're glad that we could be a part of that.
Outside of communication, which is a huge part of serving really, really well, and that's why we talked about it first. What are some other things that we offer at True Metal Supply that creates this level of service that maybe feels unusual in our space, in the building material space?
Yeah, this is again empowering people to make informed decisions. One of the things that really sets us apart is the way that we estimate. We offer a really robust estimation service. And a lot of people, when they think about getting a roofing estimate, think, oh, somebody's going to have to come out to my house and drag out the ladder, crawl up on my roof, come into my house, and there's going to be a high pressure, blah, blah, blah. And that's not what we're interested in doing. That's not how we operate. Our estimation service really allows people to they can go on the website, they can type in some really basic and non-invasive information aside from their address, which is pretty much required. But, and we're able to pull, that house up on a aerial image and get really accurate measurements of that roof off of that image. Allows us to build a quote custom to your home. It's not a general, this is what it is per square. It's going to be itemized with all of the parts and pieces and ancillary items that you need to make your metal roof really work the best. And then we'll send that directly to you, and you can hold on to that quote and look at it and analyze it and ask questions about it. And that can all be done from your couch.
Right. And we do this transparently, like Mason had mentioned. We're not just giving you your roof is this size, so it's going to be, $10,000. We'll break it down and we'll show you exactly what that looks like. We'll show you the parts. We really want to create good transparency. Mm-hmm. And, if you feel the need to take it to another supplier and check pricing, that's totally fine. Like, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to really create this sense of, okay, I'm interested in a roofing system. I think metal is something that I want to do. Well, good. We want to help you get to the next phase of that thought process. We think that we can help you in a unique way through the services that we offer, but we're also not going to limit your ability to do further research by not sharing information fully.
Yeah, I mean, this is the whole part of experiencing true service, is that transparency. We're so confident that we can provide the best service. We're totally comfortable with giving these quotes that you could take somewhere else, and get them to price match or whatever. We're not trying to be the cheapest, greasiest, show on the road. We are trying to give the best possible value. And we think being transparent about giving you a quality estimate that is itemized, that you can understand, taking all of the ambiguity out of it, giving you control over the purchasing process. That is what we think true service means.
Absolutely. And being able to create value for you, the homeowner, is so important for us, because what that allows us to do is it allows us to be fair market, but it also allows us to make the proper amount of profits where if a problem comes up, we are there to pick up the phone. Right. I think that's one of the things that we've run into in the last, 10, 15 years is we've had a race to the bottom from a pricing model standpoint. And every company, or many companies, are squeezing the margins so tight that when it comes time to maintaining good customer service, they can't afford to do it anymore. And what's more important than your roof in terms of your home? I mean, it's really one of the most important aspects of your home. Don't you want to know that you're partnered with a company that's always going to answer the phone, that's always going to respond to emails, that's always going to be quick to help come up with solutions to your problems? That's what our commitment is. And sometimes that demands that we're not the cheapest, but we'll always be fair in terms of our pricing models. We'll always be transparent in terms of helping you understand what is required. Cutting corners by skipping the right fasteners or skipping the right type of ventilation for your roof, that might be a way for somebody to close the sale, but that's not a way to keep a customer satisfied. It's not a way to retain a relationship. And we're interested in relationship building.
Yeah, we say it all the time. We're not in the metal roofing business. We're in the people business, and we just happen to sell metal roofing.
That's right.
And we're really not interested in putting the spotlight on us. We believe the homeowner's the hero of the story. And, the general question is, what does True Metal Supply do? We serve you. Mm-hmm. And we serve you by helping you meet your metal roofing needs. And that's the bottom line. You're the hero of the story. We want to empower the consumer to make an educated, informed decision that's best for them, best for their family, and works for them long term. And leave them with an experience that they feel good about, that they don't regret, and they can walk away from knowing if I need these guys in the future, they're going to be there for me.
And we hope that you leave feeling more than just good. We hope you feel excited and energized,
Right.
and you want to share your experience with your peers. I mean, selfishly for us, that is really the best type of promotion and marketing we can get is raving customers, and that's really what we're trying to create. Another type of service that we offer, Mason, if you'll expand on this a little bit, is the roof simulator, where you can actually review different products on the actual roof. The customer can take a picture of their own home.
Yeah.
What's that look like?
That's right. Yeah, on the website we have a really cool feature. It's called a roof visualizer. And there's some stock photos on there that you can play around with. But the coolest thing about it is you can take a picture of your own home, upload it into the visualizer, and then see what a through fastened metal roofing system looks like, see what standing seam looks like, see what metal shingles, metal shake look like on your home, change the colors, and really understand what is this finished product gonna look like once it's on my home. And there's no question mark. You're gonna get a really good understanding of what it looks like. And we've really invested in this visualizer technology. And you don't have to be an expert photographer to make this work. The really great thing about this is you can take a picture of your home from a weird angle, and this technology is smart enough that it's going to lay those panels on the angle that you take the picture from. Take it from your smartphone, upload it into the visualizer, and see what a metal roof looks like on your home.
And if you can't, if for some reason the software seems to be struggling to capture the image, then we can help with that too. You send it to us, and we'll actually make the edits. And it's really cool because we can generate diagrams and we can generate material lists, and a lot of different things can be done without you doing anything more than just giving an address or sharing a couple photos. And that's really nice. You're not going to have to make a huge investment in time and effort before you're ready to start talking about pricing and what the next steps look like.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't even know where to start. Sometimes it can be really intimidating, thinking about getting your roof replaced. And then, there's so many different options even in metal roofing. Where do I even get started with this? Well, we wanted to create a solution for that helps consumers have a little confidence in where to start and what metal roof might best suit their needs. So we designed and created this metal roof profiler, and that's also on our website. Just go to thetruemetalsupply.com and click on the homeowners page. It's also at the bottom of the home page. And it's just like texting, right? It pops up like a text bubble, and if you know how to text somebody, then you'll be able to interact with this. And it'll ask you just a few questions about what you like as far as style goes. Do you like this kind of style? What would you prefer? Do you like bright colors? Do you like bland
What's your
colors?
budget look like?
What's your budget look like?
Absolutely.
Blah, blah, blah. And then it'll say, great, here's a roof that we think would fit your needs, and you can click it and explore that roofing option, request a quote on it, and go from there.
And that's a whole step that can be done without interacting with anybody. We'll follow up on some of that information. So, really, if we had a 3-step process, what it would look like, we've kind of talked about it maybe a little bit backwards, is 1, go to the profiler and really try to determine which product works best for you. The simple questions will kind of help identify what product fits most to the characteristics of the roof that you're looking for. Then go ahead and submit a request for a free roofing quote. Submit the physical address of the home, or if you have blueprints or plans, send those into us as well. And we'll just generate a free list. It's just going to give you an understanding of what the material costs will look like for the roof of your choice or that's been profiled for you. And then finally, come in, communicate with us. If you want to spend a little bit more time learning about our company, learning about the products that we have to offer, learning about installation and application, or getting contractors involved, if you're not a DIYer, then we're more than happy to help in that process. But those 3 steps will really help ensure that you work through the appropriate thought process to get the roof that you want, that fits the budget that you want, and is either installed by you, the homeowner, which we can help, or we get you connected with a qualified installer who can help with some of the logistics and details of getting the materials from being a concept to being installed on your roof.
That's right. And so, guys, thanks for listening. Another part of our true service experience is this podcast. And so we're really excited to, in future episodes, dive deep into product reviews and industry news and knowledge and frequently asked questions about metal roofing. All of those things is what this podcast is about. And so go ahead and subscribe to Through the Roof and come along the residential metal roofing journey with us.